To use Classwork Zoom once you've installed it, just find the icon up here and click to open it. This will bring up 3 drop-down boxes: your classes, students, and assignments. And you'll notice that only one of those is loaded. These classes are pulled from Google Classroom. It will be your current classes and also any past classes. So you choose a class, and it will automatically start to load the students from that class and the assignments from that class. Once the assignments load, you'll want to choose one or more assignments that contain student work that is done in Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, or Drawings. Any assignment that has no student work done in Docs, Sheets, Slides, or Drawings won't show up on the timeline. Classwork Zoom displays the revision history of those kinds of documents that's provided by Google. So I'm going to choose this essay, which was done in Google Docs. I've already got the class, students, which you can select some or all, and one or more assignments, and then I can click Build Timeline. This connects to Google's servers and gets the revision history of the documents so that it can process them and display them in the timeline. It also connects to your class calendar. If you put your class times in the class calendar, then they will show up on the timeline as well. This takes a while because it's actually doing quite a lot of work. We've got 24 files here, and it's processing the revision history of each one and making it so they can be displayed. When the timeline appears, it's going to be centered on the last work done in this assignment. You might look and say, where's the work? Actually, if you scroll down, you'll see that, okay, here is a little block of work. So these are your students over here, and these are the documents associated with the assignment. And so Josie worked on her first draft organizer later than everybody else. For some reason, she did 1 minute of work much later than everybody else. So this is Friday, May 24th. And if you click on these arrows here, it will take you to the next block of work done in that document by that student. So let's see, this is Friday, May 24th. And if we go back, so in April was the last time that anyone else worked on it. And if you look, this is actually the deadline right here. So I don't know why she worked for 1 minute later, but that's why the timeline appeared there. So again, students over here, documents, and for each document you can get information. The basic idea is that by hovering, you can get information. So hover over this document, you can find out how many days between the first and last edit, how many days in which 5 or more minutes of work were done, and here you can see the total amount of time worked by this student in this document. So you can get that for every single document. Days between first and last edit, days with 5 or more minutes of work, and the total time in that document by that student. So Zach did not work on that document here, but he did work on his organizer here. Okay, right here you see this icon, which means more than one person edited this document. And here's a number that says how many people edited the document. So in my class, we worked on the thesis and claims in the same shared file because each student was supposed to choose their own. And so we could see if 2 people had the same one. It's not always red though. So let's click and see why it's red. So first off, you can see the percentage of keystrokes typed by everyone in this document. So in group work, then you can see who did the most typing. If you change it to editing time, then you can see it's very different. Let me see, Zach Barber was at the top before, and now he's done 5.1% of the time. What that tells you is that he types faster than other people. He typed more in less time. So it gives you both views so that you can consider different factors when you're looking at how much someone put into something. But I still don't see any red, so let's scroll down here. Okay, Tom Carter. So this user is not a member of this class. Now, first off, these names are not real. They're real students, real student work, but they're fake for this demo. So I happen to know that this student actually was a member of the class, So I'll approve him as an editor because there's nothing really for me to worry about. The red is gone now. It's just there to tell you, hey, maybe there's a problem here, but maybe there's not. And it's up to you to decide. So I'm going to go down here, and you can see there's also a category not in this class. And so basically he was in the class and he changed schools. And so when he left the classroom, then his documents became removed documents. If someone removes a document, even though they're in the class, then you can still see those as long as the document remains in the folder for that assignment in your classroom folder. So let's look closely at a block of work. So right here, Zach did 37 minutes with no more than 5 minutes break in between edits during class time. Because again, I've got my class calendar associated, so you can see my class is represented by this orange at the top. If you zoom out, then you can see my classes like that. And so you can tell when work was done between classes or when it was done during class. And once in a while, you can see, oh my gosh, my students were working in someone else's class. So this is very useful to have that in there if you use your class calendar. So you can zoom in to some preset times. The full range of the assignment will show all of the work from the very beginning of the assignment. Here's the moment that it was assigned, and here's the deadline. But then if you remember, Josie did that one little bit of work much later, and that's it right there. You can also zoom in easily to the 2-hour level, which is where I usually spend my time because I'm checking to see what students are doing during class. So hover over this. You can see 17 minutes of work were done in this block. And before this block, 6 hours and 23 minutes were done. So this student was definitely putting in the time. Let's see about this one. Okay. Here. Okay. If you look right here, there are these black lines. Those are actually comments. So in this case, Stuart marked a comment resolved that he had made earlier in his own document. So if you want students to check out their own work critically and mark things for improvement, let's see here. I remember I asked students to, when they paraphrase, to put the original of the paraphrase in a comment. And so I believe that would be the original of something that was paraphrased. And he was wondering what to do there, but he just made a note so he could pay attention later and making more notes. This is a good way to watch students' own reflection about their work, even before you're ready to go deeply into the document. So those are the basics. If you have any questions about that or anything else, anything at all, there is a contact feedback button here at the bottom of the extension and in the website. Please ask me anytime you need help.